Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today, as always. Topic for today is going to be input. Input. And what do I mean by input? Before I begin, smash that like button now and subscribe. We have a video coming out every day that I'm sure will be of value to you. I know it's of value to me to tell you because everything I tell you or share with you reinforces it back to me. It makes it stronger within myself, and how do I say, makes it become more of a reality in my life. According to your faith or your belief, it is done to you. Your whole world is brought to you by what you believe your world to be. With that being said, input. What kind of input is coming into your mind on a daily basis? Is it the news media? Do you listen to the radio all day? Which, there's nothing wrong with music. I love music. But the commercials, they blast out there at you. Some of them you think are like ridiculous and ignorant and stupid. And actually, those are the ones that really make the most impression on your mind because they get you in an emotional state. The reason I'm talking about input is whatever you put in comes out. Junk in, junk out. So you need to be very careful about what you allow into your mind. You have complete control up here. No one knows what goes on there in the secret place, as someone once called it. In that secret place, your whole world is formed from there. From whatever you allow in there, germinates and becomes manifest in your outer world. I know you say, Mark, how can it be? If I think about having a car crash, it doesn't mean I'm going to go out and crash the car tomorrow. That's true. But if you think about having a car crash on a daily basis or consistently, maybe not every day, but a lot, eventually something will happen to you. It may not be a car crash, but it will be something that will cause turmoil or distress in your life. We don't always get exactly what we're thinking about or what we're afraid of, but we get something similar in essence to that. So that's why it's so important to control your dominant thinking. What are you thinking about every day? What's going through your mind? What are your inner conversations, that inner talk? When you make a mistake, do you call yourself stupid? Do you berate yourself? Do you talk to yourself in a way that you would never talk to your best friend when he made a mistake and told you about it? Think about that. Very important. Actually, the most important thing is what you say to yourself or what you agree with that you hear coming in from the outside. If you watch the news and you believe everything you see on the news, I'm always talking about the news media because I think it does more damage than good. Wouldn't it be amazing if the news media focused on all the wonderful, good, loving things that happen in the world every day? I know some of you may think that there are none of those things, but there are many, many things like that that happen every day. Many acts of love and kindness and charity and humanity. People helping humanity, doing wonderful things. Many of the successful people in the world, at least the ones I admire, give away millions of dollars and help people that are less fortunate than themselves. They've discovered the law of giving. You want to receive, you must give. Whatever you want in life, give it away. So, back to the news. If you watch these things every day, it's filled with drama, distress, fear, anxiety. They want you to be afraid. They want you to continue to watch their program because they want the ratings. It sells. What they do is very smart because if they can get you afraid, then you can't wait for the next episode or the next newscast to find out what's going to happen next. I don't watch the news. I'm very careful about what clips I look at on YouTube. I can't take too much of it because it gets me kind of worked up. But then I have to realize how much of it is true. So I have a choice whether I whether I allow this type of input into my mind. And if I do, am I willing to face the consequences? Now, if I choose the input of what I want to happen in my life and only allow that into my mind, then I receive the benefits of that. You have complete control over what goes on in your mind, what goes into your mind. So why not choose things that are congruent with your agenda, with what you want to happen in your life, with the kind of life that you want to live? Listen to speakers, YouTube videos, audio books, read books about the things that you desire to have in your life. Keep your mind on what you want and off of what you don't want. Whoever the infamous they are, they say that people have 75 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Now, I think you'll all agree with me that every action is preceded by a thought. Then wouldn't you think it would be important to direct these thoughts, to be aware of what thoughts are going on in your mind every day? Because these thoughts determine your actions, and your actions help create your life. Everything stems from a thought. If you think of the thought as a seed, every thought you plant, every thought you think in your mind is a seed. Now, when you plant a field of corn, not every seed comes up, but the seeds that do come up, they make a stalk and several ears of corn with many hundreds of seeds on those ears from one seed in the ground. So these thoughts you have every day, these 75 to 80,000 thoughts, is like planting seeds in a garden or in a field of corn. 75 to 80,000. So don't you think it would be wise to be aware of what thoughts you're having and try to keep those thoughts on what you want in your life instead of what you fear, what you think might happen, what you worry about happening? And you can do this. So why is it most people have the same thoughts every day? That's what they say. They think the same things over and over. And guess what? Their life doesn't change. Why doesn't it change? Because they're thinking the same thing over and over and over again. And it's a simple process to change your thinking. You start putting in different input. Pick up a book. Listen to a YouTube video. Listen to an audio book. Start talking to different people. Change your associations. Listen to different things on the radio, if you listen to it at all. We used to put auto cassettes in we had 8-track. 8-track? No, that was a long time ago. What do they call it? Cassette tapes. Yeah, cassette tapes, small ones. We used to listen to those. I used to carry a cassette recorder around with me back in '95. We didn't have the technology we have today, and I would listen to that all day long of whatever I wanted. Usually it was a speaker. I listened to Wayne Dyer, Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Stephen Covey, all these people. I would listen to them over and over and over again to change my thinking, to put different input into this amazing computer that I have. You have one too. But if you're getting the same thing you got yesterday, stop and think or be aware of what you've been thinking daily. And if you want something different tomorrow, think something different today. And that begins by putting something different in and shutting out what you don't want in your life, the input you don't want into your mind, which is creating the life you have today. If you have a wonderful life today and everything is going the way you want it to, no need to change anything. But if you want something different, put something different in. Okay, keep that in mind today as you go throughout your day. Think about what you're thinking about and see what's manifesting or what is occurring in your life experience. Okay, that's all I got for today. If you'd like to get my help excuse me. If you would like to get my help personally, you can contact me at marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. Check out my website at marksinspiration.com. I'm on Facebook, Twitter. I'll put the links in the description. And if you think this would be of value to a friend of yours, share it with a friend. And I appreciate that. And I'll see you tomorrow.